And we are live. Welcome to the other comic show. I am Brucifer, in case you didn't know. Joined by Joe's Doolin and Thade. It's Sunday. There's no football. There's no tennis. What am I to do? But
it's the Masters. It's Masters.
I care about golf.
It's Masters.
If I want to go to sleep, I'll watch Daredevil.
Careful.
What?
It's a good show.
Fine. I already admitted that Daredevil was good. All right. Jeez.
I like it.
It's just not for me. I need more action.
There you go. That's fair. It's just not for me.
I'm not crapping on Daredevil today.
There you go.
I didn't crap on it last night, actually.
Probably a better idea.
Yeah.
I've liked it. It's been fun.
Oh, crap.
I'm enjoying it a lot.
We lost
Matt. Yeah, there he is.
Let's see who's in the chat. Coming in hot. What is it with the Marvel hate bashing you have? Are you that bitter because MCU started their cinematic universes first before decided to same thing with DCU? No. Kevin Ford stole the MCU from Raimi and Hensley. Look up the Punisher cameo Spider-Man. Dan Hobby Corner. Hello, everyone.
Hey, Dan.
Justin Stamper. Can I just bash on everyone equally? Yes, you can.
Yes.
We are allowed to do that.
That's fine. Bash away.
I'll allow it.
Bash away. Might as well start by doing some show and tell, little pickups. I don't have that much this week. Golden Rage #1, the Lotte cover.
There you go. Little Lotte action there.
Yeah, she did a few covers on the original series as well.
We have some Greenland Corps. #3, the Zerdy.
Oh, a little Zerdy action there.
I like the Zerdy.
There's some goodness to the Zerdy.
Yeah.
What's up, Mama Bear?
Superman 233 facsimile, the action figure variant. These have been great.
They've been a lot of fun. The superpowers ones that they've done. I'm sometimes a little fan on action figure variants, but these have been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I noticed Matt in one of his more recent videos did a Virgin Superpowers or Super Friends cover.
Yep. We got I know. I had the Amazing Spider-Man #1. Right now, some people are yelling at me for buying it. I had to get.
Oh, hey, that's a good cover.
Yes, it is. I had to get the.
Turkey's nuts.
I had to get the cover appearance of Hellgate.
Oh, of course.
Yes. Another villain they'll forget about in 10 issues.
Yeah. That's pretty par for the course.
They don't know how to create new villains. That's why.
I
like that Black Cat cover. That's nice.
It's a great Black Cat cover.
But I mean, isn't that par for the course with Spider-Man villains? I mean, unless you're like a major villain, you're kind of gone after a few issues.
Yeah.
They've been doing that since the 90s at the very least.
Absolute Batman 7, the Sienkiewicz.
Yeah, there you go.
Sienkiewicz never lets me down.
Storm #7.
You know, I love what they do with her hair these days.
Yeah.
The cloud effect.
It's pretty cool. Psylocke #6.
Psylocke.
I did not get the 1 in 100. Nope, not doing it.
That's my girl right there. For the longest time, she was one of my favorite female mutants.
I call her Psylocke.
I got Aquaman #4, the Kara.
His covers have been good.
So good. This cover is so good.
If only it wasn't
still Aquaman, though. It's still Aquaman.
Shut up. Leave Arthur alone.
I'm not touching Arthur. He has a thing for fish.
I don't think I had this last show. I don't remember if I showed this, but I did pick this up. Aquaman. 4, 7.
There you go. You got your 7-0. You had to
I got
beat
my
me out. You had to beat me
7-0.
out of my 6-0 back there.
I got this for a steal.
That's a first appearance, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Tana.
Zatanna, yeah.
You know, and it looks like it can be cleaned and pressed.
Oh.
It could go higher. Do I want to risk it? I don't know.
Leave it in its acrylic sarcophagus.
Leaving its
Go ahead, Joe.
All right,
Well-
I'm gonna show the same shit I showed Friday, but I don't care. You weren't on the show, so
We got
so I got some. Blaze had a Belit and Valaria Virgin set, so
Oh, that's cool.
I love my Conan universe. So there's
Gotta love Conan books.
yeah. I love my Santos sisters, Greg and Fake. Can never go wrong.
The Savage Sword of Conan.
As well as their ratio, tie-dyed, little Ashley Wood.
Dreamweaver.
As always, all of my doll part stuff.
Doll Parts. Also a really good series. Now that I've started reading it.
Kendra.
Ooh, that's new.
Kendra has a big sword.
Little fartacular. Caldwell cover. Then of course, your Frizzens International Women's Day.
Oh, those are
Collect
nice.
them, might as well collect them. We're taking everyone down with us. Number 1.
Ooh, new book I need to write down.
New Bitterroot series.
Nice.
I'm just a sucker for a canary cover.
Ooh.
Babs, just because it's fun reading. It's Garth Ennis. It's disturbing and good. Little JG Jones, little Dust to Dust. I'm a sucker for Rogue Savage Land. I can't help it.
Yeah, I know it.
I got my problems.
Same
That's
here.
what it is. Yeah, a little eagly.
Is anybody reading Rogue Savage Land?
Yeah,
Yes, I am. It's nice.
I like it.
Some
Good story.
Grave. It's been a while since.
Dirty.
I like a good Hawk Girl cover because you don't get too many, and to have Hawk Girl and Zatanna is very nice. That one has tits. I can't show it. Kickstarter, Blam and Glam, Richard Morgan.
I said, Dan, I just watched this.
I love his work. It's fantastic.
Nice.
Cover, Bang Bez cover.
Mm.
Boobs. I see boobs.
Curiosity Comics. The Greg Bow exclusive for that.
You always know with Joe you're gonna get boobs.
Boobs are cheap.
There's your 1 in 50.
Ooh, nice.
Psylocke.
Little Boom exclusive for Hello Darkness 9 with Frozen black and white. Little Cherry 24, little Joe Picar. I edited it. I edited it for you.
Whoa.
It's edited. I put stickers over the bits.
There you go, Matt.
You can keep your Hughes 24. I'm happy with my Picar.
You didn't give me the Hughes?
I didn't get the Hughes now.
And I picked up. They had this out a week early. That foil Frank Quietly facsimile All-Star Superman.
That's a nice one.
I got the facsimile for Betty and me. It was like I had to beat off. I sure did. But I had to beat off 3 other guys.
They always have the best.
You got the listener. Red Sonja Attacks Mars #1 with a polybag card.
Oh, that is cool.
I'm from the 90s, so I was a sucker for something polybag with a card.
Same.
Redhead on it, yeah.
Damn, polybag did a bane of every presser's lives.
I got this facsimile, the Altross foily.
It slowly takes fractions of grades off. If each year it sits in the polybag.
Yeah, it's hard to get that line out.
I'm gonna get it out soon though. Godzilla versus Fantastic Four foil.
That's a beautiful cover.
Oh, that's badass. Remember, my first polybagged with cards that I ever bought were the Executioner's Song series. X-Men. Ooh,
Nice.
Ashcan.
And I picked some of this stuff up from a claim sale. I got this Vampirella Classic #2.
Yeah,
Oh,
nice.
that's cool.
And this Ash Can from Wizard.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
That's old. That Wizard Ashcan is old.
Then speaking of old, I got Giant Size Defenders #4.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Nice.
Miss Marvel 15. I
Oh,
love this cover.
Ooh.
the shark.
This one's interesting. I got to get it out to show you this one. This is the second appearance of Sabretooth. Power
You
Man
always get
Iron
these great finds.
66. And if you open
Two
it up,
copies. One with stickers, one
it's
without.
signed by Kerry Gamble on the front page.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Back where they used to properly sign books.
Exactly. Back in the days, huh?
That's where they used to sign books. I had old X-Men signed by like Paul Smith and stuff like that. Always signed first page.
Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man, the Skating on Thin Ice, the Todd McFarlane PSA book.
Oh, wow.
I
I've
had
never
that at
seen
one
that.
point.
Marvel Tales 233. See Todd by Todd is my friend.
Yeah, I love those Marvel
Oh,
Tales.
those Marvel
I got all
Tales are
those from when I bought them when I was in my early teens, pre-teens, and I still have them.
And then
I love those
like
books.
the comic shop, I picked these up at the comic shop too. I told Bruce this earlier, and I got these for cover price. They were just sitting there in the back issues.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Those are like $150 to $200 books raw.
Yeah.
And he got
And,
them cover price. Now that's awesome.
Yeah.
Cover price.
And
That's
there's
amazing.
more down there. I hid them behind some My Little Pony comics. I'm gonna go back and get them.
Did they have the
So-
Transformers My Little Ponies?
No, they didn't have that. Then I got some more. We got some Golden Age wonderfulness, as I call it, right here. They're low grade, but you know what? I'm a low grade kind of guy. It's better than not having E grade, right? First appearance of Shaggy Man.
Don't feel bad. I've gone low many times.
Oh,
See,
wow. Shaggy Man.
Little Silver Age action.
We're not talking about your love life, Bruce.
Speaking of which, how's Chris?
We're running from the dirty half dozen here. I like this cover.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Oh, that is it. That is a good Justice League cover there.
Read adaptation of Batman '89.
Oh, yeah, I had one of those.
That book was hot for a while.
Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen '92. Look at Jimmy here. He's kicking Superman and throwing. He's got Batman over his shoulders. I'm telling you what. He should just.
He's still wearing a bow tie.
Have you ever been so angry you hit a motherfucker with another motherfucker?
No, but I hit somebody with a chair.
Does anybody know? I don't know if that's Neil Adams or not. I'll have to open it up later and look.
That
What
looks
issue
like
is that?
Neil Adams. What issue is that?
It is number Justice League of America 63.
Justice League 63. Give me a second and I'll tell you.
I blame Cliff on comics for this, though. I've been collecting adventure comics now, so we got.
Yeah,
I've been buying a bunch of adventure and Superboy stuff just for crypto stuff.
Yeah, I love the old anything like silver. If I see something cheap, like I got this for $3. This is a Flash 142. Even if I don't collect it, I'll pick it up because it's old. I got the picture on the cover, and I got this. It's in bad shape, but I got it for $1. It's got like
those.
shit.
Marvel fanfares are great. They're so
Yeah,
underrated.
Barry Windsor Smith, great story. Johnny Storm plays the April Fool's trick on the thing, but it's not April Fool's. He gets the wrong day. And then, of course, we got Trapped in a World He Never Made.
Oh, I can't go wrong with some Howard the Duck. Old Bronze Age stuff.
We got Amazing Adventures number 10.
Nice. Another good series.
Got some giant sized werewolf. I'm almost through. I got a big haul this week. Marvel Age number 11.
Nice.
That Justice League is Mike Sikowski, by the way,
Okay.
Yeah, it's
with,
Sikowski.
with a little hand from Shooter.
Summer Fun issue.
Those Marvel Age issues. Wow.
This was a clean copy too. Look.
The cover inker was Jack Abell
Okay.
on that Justice League issue.
All right. Some old Bronze Age Ghost Rider.
Oof. I almost completed those back in the day, the Bronze Age Ghost Riders. Almost did a full run of those.
I'm working on my Frank Miller Daredevil. I got Daredevil 166.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Daredevil 179.
Classic electric cover.
She had a strong jawline.
Yes, she did.
Shh, Bruce, don't tell the
Not
chuds.
as strong as when Frank draws them down nowadays.
Oh, look at that. I like
No
that.
prize book. I like that. That's cool. Got a stand cover.
Why is he inserting himself into his work?
Self-insert. Self-insert.
I saved the best for last.
Nice.
There you go, little
Alien
Stevens.
Worlds.
Always nice.
And who needs pants in space?
Yes, sir.
Well, I got to unload a couple. I think I have like 4 copies of that now. I got to unload a copy or 2 of those.
Nice.
And that was my haul for the week.
Thank you
There you
for
go.
that. Great. So let's what are we doing? I don't even know what we're doing. What are we doing?
I don't know. What are we
All
doing?
right, let's
I
bring
don't
up
know. You're steering the ship, Captain. I don't know where we're going.
Marvel or the MCU. Is Marvel better than MCU? Is MCU better than Marvel? I thought this would be a good discussion because you always see non-comic book readers saying they don't care about the characters enough to read the comics. They only care about them in the movies. And then you get comic book nerds that want accurate adaptations in the movies. They want comic accurate, but when they get comic accurate, they bitch and cry saying it looks like CW stuff.
You know, I have to say this just off the rip. I don't think they could have gotten a better actor to play Iron Man, Tony Stark. I mean, he looks the part. That being said, I kind of view the MCU and the Marvel comics as being part of the same multiverse.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't affect me one way or the other.
That's
I've been reading Marvel since the 80s. So
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I mean, back in the day, it was like, hey, you would get a comic book movie every now and then, and there wasn't a competition between movies and comic books. It was like you were just happy, hey, there was a comic book movie. People kind of knew the character.
yeah,
People that didn't care. They just wanted to go see a movie. People loved the comic. Were just happy that, hey, somebody gives a shit enough to make it live action. But then the MCU stuff kind of supplanted the comic world in terms of just the number of people it touched. So I don't know. I mean, I think the comic book world will live on. These characters will live on far past the MCU and the feasibility of anything that they keep putting out. Like I said, they've kind of had its peak, I think.
yeah.
It's on a bit of a descent. It's not done, but it's not what it was.
I will say this. I think the problem started when they tried to fit the comic characters to emulate the MCU versions of them instead of doing the other way around.
Yeah, I'm fine with things being separate. I was fine with the MCU taking whatever liberties they felt like taking, because I don't care. We've seen these characters morphed and changed 80,000 times in the comics anyway, so who gives a shit? You know, if they're gonna kind of reinvent something and do something a little bit different in the MCU, I don't need them to be. I don't need parity between story that they have to be 100% match up. I just don't care.
I just think things have to evolve with the audience. And as I mean, comic books have been around for 80 plus years. Okay. my Superman may not necessarily be my father's Superman, nor my grandfather's Superman, whatever. You just kind of let it flow with each audience that becomes brand new, you know? And people complaining about, oh, they're writing for the quote unquote modern audience. Well, you kind of have to do that, or your fandoms stagnate. You know what I'm saying? They have to evolve with the
Yeah.
times. Whether you like that evolution or not is really just it's subjective.
Yeah, but I mean, there's also the idea of, are they evolving for the audience? Or are they evolving to try to appease something else? And I mean, because we always run into that every time. It's like, well,
Hey man,
nobody went to
are
go
you
see
watching
this.
this on your TV or your phone or something? I hear echo.
No,
All right.
no.
So,
Yeah,
I mean,
sorry to cut you off, guys.
we run into this all the time where it's you're making a product for the consumer. If you're making a good product for the consumer, people are going to consume it and it's going to do well. You can't make a product, shit on the fan base, put out a product, and then complain when nobody goes and sees it. I don't know. We always seem to be at odds with the people that are making the product we want to consume.
Can I play devil's advocate here for a moment, Joe?
Sure.
That's what you were, the devil.
I am the devil, but that's beside the point. Just playing devil's advocate here. I hate the argument that nobody likes a thing. I hear this all
I'm
the
not
time.
saying nobody
Different
likes
YouTubers-
it.
Oh no, I'm not
I'm
saying
saying
you.
for projects that fail.
I'm not
That's
saying
my
you in
problem.
general. I'm not saying you in general, Joe. What I'm saying is I hear all the time because I watch YouTubers on both sides. Okay. And I try to look at everybody's opinions and see where the middle ground is or whatever. So I hear a lot of times from a certain faction of the fandom, you know, nobody likes this, nobody this, nobody that. And I can sit here and say, no, I actually know people who do enjoy that you're saying nobody likes or nobody is watching or nobody is buying. I'm having this issue with D&D right now. My point is, there's always going to be something for somebody. And whether it's your cup of tea or not, really is, again, back to subjectivity. You may not like it, but there may be people who do. I wasn't fond of Rey in Star Wars, but I know people who love that character. All I'm saying is, and there you go. All I'm saying is, different strokes for different folks. One man's gold is another man's trash. Whatever, you can use whatever cliche you want to, but it rings true every time. Every time I see it, it rings true. You may not like a thing, but somebody else does.
And I'm fine with individual tastes. I understand individual tastes will vary. I'm fine letting the market dictate what is successful and what is not successful, whether I like it or not.
Fair.
If the market comes and puts something out and it fills the cash coffers and does exceptionally well, and I didn't happen to like it, I'm fine. Say, hey, I didn't like it, but it did well.
Yeah, but you don't have
puts me in a
you don't have a
minority.
big platform, and you're not bitching about it every day, 24 hours a day. And
No, I mean, that's
say you don't like it and you move
that's
on.
what drama. That's what drama streams are for. You need drama to constantly drum up drama to talk about. I mean, that's what they do. So therefore, that's what they're gonna say. I mean, if you're watching that and not realizing that, oh, drama streams are going to probably shit on anything that comes out because that's what they do, and that's how that's how they generate their content. That's how they generate their audience. If you don't realize that and you're kind of blind to that.
No, I perfectly realize it, but some of these guys don't. I argue with Chris about this all the time, my roommate.
Chris has bad takes.
No, he doesn't. He has his own takes, and that's fair. You know, it's a fair and honest discussion. But here's the thing. I have an opinion that these people, since they are a larger amount of what's being put in front of people because of the algorithm. And because drama sells, that a generation of people who might have enjoyed these things are being told they're horrible, don't watch them. I watched it so you didn't have to.
Yes.
Okay. And I can even speak from my own account. When I got out of rehab in 2016, the Ghostbusters movie had come out. All I was hearing was all this bad bullshit about it, and I didn't watch it. And then the sequel Star Wars movies and Solo bombed and all this other stuff, and I was angry about it because, well, the people I was watching were angry about it. I was part of the fandom menace. But here's the thing. I sat back and I watched Solo later on, years down the line, 5 or 6 years later, when I was around different people, and it's a great movie.
Yeah.
Now, I can still say that Ghostbusters movie sucks, but
and you're fine. And like personal
that's
taste
my
is
opinion.
personal taste. And I know Degrassi said, yeah, sometimes bad movies do well and good movies fail. The problem is, I don't like the studio coming back and blaming their failure on the fan base that they're supposedly marketing to.
Well, here's the thing.
Let Matt hold on. Let Matt chime in. You have any, Matt? You want to chime in also?
Well, I think you know what. I think the MCU is good for what it is. It was a good entry point for people that may not have been interested in comics.
Mm-hmm.
I do think also. I think some people are a little bit too harsh on stuff. I mean, let's just let people enjoy it for God's sakes. And like the thing is though, like if you're upset about they showed Werewolf by Night in this movie and he didn't have the right color pants. I think we're splitting hairs. You know what I mean? A little bit on that end, but like I think we can enjoy it all. But the truth is, I don't think the MCU really cares about us older fans. Like they don't really worry. Like I wonder what 48-year-old Matt sitting on his couch is going to think of how accurate the Incredible Hulk is in this movie. And I also will say this: don't ever forget, we used to have a Hulk, just a dude in green paint.
Hey, I love me some Ferrigno.
And I'm not saying it was good for what it was, though, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, it was never going to win a Golden Globe or anything.
Oh no, not at all.
You know, but I mean, it was good for what we had. But what I'm saying is, like, when I was growing up in the 80s, well, you had to fight for scraps. Like, okay, they had a Superman movie maybe come out. You know, Batman '89. We had Dolph Lundgren as the Punisher.
Good.
I bought that movie bootleg from a Comic-Con on VHS.
I bought it bootleg on a corner in Brooklyn.
So, I'm just saying,
I bought it in a corner in Dallas. I think we all got them from the same guy.
I remember when the only comic book content we had on TV was the X-Men animated series and Batman the animated series. So
Yeah. Well, and I just have one more thing to say. I know I've kind of said too much probably, but for instance, people supposedly didn't like the She-Hulk show, and I did. And I love that show. I always point to the fact that it reminds me of the John Byrne run in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, see, it doesn't remind me of that, even though I love that run. I see where that can come from, and I see the attempt at that, but I just kind of fell flat on me.
One thing that bothered me about that complaint people had about She-Hulk, they were complaining about how the courtroom stuff was not accurate. Nobody watched She-Hulk for courtroom stuff.
It wasn't that it wasn't accurate. It was like, hey, I'm going to hire you as a divorce attorney, and then you actively work against me, and I'm your client. That's just fucking stupid.
Lawyers do that.
Let me point out that a lot of the procedural courtroom stuff we see on TV is not accurate.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
I can attest to that.
Well, I'm saying Mr. Bailiff up here, but
hey, bailiff wasn't a bailiff, buddy.
I'm joking.
My bigger issue, she never had to overcome a real adversity in that show.
Okay, well, I could
So
give
you
you
didn't
that.
really have a hero's journey.
The one argument that always bugged me when She-Hulk was out was, the twerking scene. Oh God, Stan would be rolling in his grave. If Stan had been there, he would have had a cameo in that scene. Okay,
Like, I don't care.
let
Yeah, I
me
don't care about
remind you,
stupid
He
shit
would have
like
been
that.
sitting on Megan's ass while she's
Yeah.
working.
He would have been getting a lap dance from her, probably.
let me remind you, this is the man who created Stripperella. This is the man who posed naked on a settee with a comic book in front of him. Okay.
Didn't somebody say it's a sitcom? Yeah, I mean, didn't the She-Hulk series that John Byrne, when he did it, it was kind of had a sitcom feel. She would break the third wall.
Yeah,
Like,
there's a
like,
whole issue.
Yeah, they're just breaking
she's
the
like,
fourth
I'm not
wall
doing
stuff.
this, Byrne. What are you trying to do to me, Byrne? And she's like,
There's a whole
I
issue.
understand it's a sitcom, but it's also a superhero show. Mork and Mindy had serious episodes. Happy Days had serious episodes. Sitcoms can tackle adversity, and again, you're given a superhero and you're given their origin. And if you're getting that, you need to have some type of struggle of hero's journey, of something for them to overcome. She didn't overcome anything. She just kept falling into success.
I will argue, though, that the thing being not accurate, them working against the best interest of their client. I watched an episode of Matlock once where he found out his client was guilty, and he threw the case.
Well, fuck Matlock.
Yeah, Degrassi makes a good point.
Leave Matlock alone, all right?
Degrassi makes a good point here.
Matlock
Degrassi
was
said-
a national treasure.
Degrassi also says those shows had 24 to 33 episodes. You know, you're talking about sitcoms and stuff. There is a lot to be said about having a 10-episode series versus having 24 episodes to work out the storyline, but also the filler episodes. You know,
Bring back Supernatural season 16.
Bring back Supernatural.
They tried doing the
Smallville.
Winchesters. They tried doing that prequel which wasn't bad, and they still killed it.
They killed it because they wanted to move towards more family value stuff on the CW. Family.
It was the CW that killed it, not that show in particular.
Bring back the WB and that big fucking frog.
I love the frog.
Now some of those special episodes of sitcoms where they were serious were kind of creeped me out. I'm still creeped out by that episode with the bike shopkeeper in Different Strokes. I don't know if anybody else is.
Yeah.
I'm very disturbed by that.
Or how about one that gets me? The Saved by the Bell episode where Jesse Spano is a junkie.
Addicted to caffeine pills?
Addicted to caffeine pills. It was originally supposed to be something else, but the network wouldn't let them do it. So they did the caffeine pills thing.
Tom Hanks on Family.
Drinking a vanilla extract in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Or it was also Family Ties that had the sister had a boyfriend that ended up getting in a wreck, drunk driving, and he dies. A lot of those shows definitely had some darker episodes. I mean, look at the show Dinosaurs, for instance. Animatronics, and that ends so glumly.
That ended on a down note.
I mean, there's another episode of I just had it on the tip of my tongue where it's like, this is disturbing. Why are they doing this? It might have been Growing Pains where they had one where he's talking about it might have been the same one. They're talking about Michael J. Fox is talking about his friend it's
the same. Yeah.
Okay, is that the same episode? Okay.
It's a similar vein episode sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and I'm not saying it had to have a down point. I just wanted, you like to see a hero overcome adversity. That's part of when the heroes. It's like, you lost your job. Oh, you just fell into another job, and truthfully, you weren't really good at the old job that you had, but you got this great job here, but you're still not really happy with it. And then this little thing happens.
Sounds like Peter Parker. Sounds like Peter Parker.
Hey, I mean, at least his uncle died. I mean, he had some adversity. I mean,
yeah, he's still having
parents are dead.
40
his
years
parents
later.
are dead. His uncle died. At least his aunt got younger.
I do remember when people were talking about. I know a lot of people say they don't like in-your-face stuff from shows and movies. I will say this: one of the most in-your-face episodes of A Different World is when the guys are going. I forgot where they're going, road trip, and they get into a fight with these white guys, and they start spray painting the N-word on the car. So they got the first 3 letters. They went to jail together. They talked. Everything, they understood each other. when all of them got out of jail, they went back to the car and somebody had finished the word. So
Yeah.
stuff was in your face in the 80s and 90s. It just
They
was
tackle
there.
issues.
And talk about a
They tackle
depression
issues.
show. I know everybody remembers Good Times. Like, look how much shit
Oh,
happened.
yeah.
They had like little Jack Jackson.
I played poker with
her parents were putting cigarettes out on her and stuff, and then James dies in an episode. I don't know if they call that show Good Times or not.
I played poker with Rerun.
I worked
Before he
with
died.
Michael's sister.
Oh, cool.
He was an officer.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Great lady. She made the best waffles ever. Remember who first told you about
Name me Florida. I'm naming
Oh, that's right.
state.
They're doing a reboot
James died,
or
it was like, damn.
Dynamite. Remember the episode? What was it? Remember the episode of Good Times when Janet Jackson got caught stealing? She was stealing. She was a thief. Stand in line for welfare. Good Times.
Yeah.
Now I want to
Easy
watch Good
credit.
Times. Damn it.
Easy credit ripoffs.
So we can end this conversation with whether you like Marvel or you like the MCU. There's enough properties out there for you to like and dislike.
We are living, whether you like it or not, and whether the Chud channels believe it or not, we are living in a golden age of being able to choose
Oh, yes.
what we want to consume, what we want to watch. Just like Matt was saying earlier, in the 80s, 90s, we had there were a few things here and there, but you had very slow times.
Yep.
Now you can pick and choose what you want to watch or what you don't want to watch. And all those people out there who talk about, oh, I've got to watch all these movies before I can watch the thing that I want to watch. No, you don't. There's YouTube. If you don't want to watch a movie, there's somebody out there talking about it.
And you know what? There's nothing's going to ever match the feeling. I never thought I would see the Avengers on the big screen. And when I saw that scene where they're fighting the aliens and they're all in that circle and they're like Avengers assemble, I got goosebumps.
There you go.
I could say I never thought I'd want to see the Avengers on the big screen.
I will say, people are dead set on getting the other old cast back for the Avengers. I don't understand why people are so not flexible when it comes to the movies when we've had hundreds of iterations of the Avengers teams in the comics.
Wasn't
the
it
roster changes like every freaking
change it all the time. That's the beauty of the Avengers.
Tell me if I'm wrong or not, fellas, but hasn't everybody at one time or another, every character in the Marvel universe been a member of the Avengers if they're more villains?
Pretty much.
I mean, like the Avengers had a revolving door open roster, basically.
Yeah.
Well, like several examples of this one cover here by George Perez, if I can find it, where they're like, they're always saying like, who will be the next Avengers, right? How many times do you see a cover like this? They always were like changing like this, who's going to be the new Avengers in this one,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just make me happy to make a Great Lakes Avengers movie, and I'll be
that'd be great. Or West Coast Avengers movie would be nice too.
And people are saying they just want a good story, they just want something good. We've had good stuff. We've had Agatha. We have Daredevil on TV now. People are not watching it because other people are telling them it's horrible without seeing it themselves.
I mean,
take the time and watch stuff, people. Watch it yourself.
Yeah, not everything's going to be horrible. Not everything's going to be great. I mean, in the golden age of these movies coming out, it was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And, not all those movies were fucking great.
They were not great.
That's true.
Superman or anyone.
But you enjoyed it because you were following the story. Each movie got you a little bit further. Things moved along, and that was great. And then it kind of got a little rudderless in terms after Endgame. Didn't really know what they wanted to do, so they're throwing stuff at the wall. Some of it's going to hit, some of it's not going to hit, and that's fine. I don't care.
If I listened to reviews, I wouldn't watch. There'd be 90% of the movies I wouldn't even watch because of the review. You know what I mean? If I
tons of good movies outside of comic book movies fail at the box office.
That's right.
I always point to The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing.
Oh,
failed at the box office. It is now a classic.
Yep.
A lot of the
Was it
movies that we
870?
love, a lot of the movies, especially guys our age love, failed at the box office. They were
Big Trouble in Little
flops.
China. Big Trouble in Little China failed at the box office.
Great movie.
Some of them, know it or not, were made to flop so that the studio would get a tax write-off. Some of the movies that we love were made to flop.
Pretty much all the movies made by Canon Films.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
So
I would
Symbol.
say this. I know a lot of people love those Fantastic Four movies.
Which one?
But
The
if I
first,
could
the first set,
find it,
or the
oh,
Roger Corman movie, or
Roger
the
Corman all the
Oon
way.
Grunfeld movies, or
I'm looking
or
right
Michael
now.
B. Jordan.
find it.
dude, I just caught that
Here.
Roger Corman Fantastic Four. Holy crap, that was horrible.
It's so awful. It's just
you gotta take it for the time that it was in and the budget in
And,
which it was filmed.
like, when everybody was complaining about the new Captain America movie, I'm like, watch Captain America 1990 and get back to me and see what.
Oh,
Yeah.
with the rubber ears.
Yeah, like rubber
Yes.
ears, smash. I'm like, what are you doing?
Rubber ear. All right, I found it. People love those Fantastic Four movies, the ones from the early 2000s.
I
Jessica
don't know who
Alba.
loves them.
All right,
Jessica Alba, yeah.
yes. I don't. I really don't go by. I don't care about the critic score. And you take the audience score with a grain of salt, whatever. The first Fantastic Four from 2005, 27% of the critics liked it, 45% from the audience. Rise of the Silver Surfer, 37% critics, 51% audience.
Yeah.
Those movies were not well received, but people have a fond memory of those movies.
I don't.
Well, it's like I always say, Bruce. It's looking at things with nostalgia glasses.
Hmm.
You like the 90s, for instance. Me and Matt are 90s guys, from what he's saying.
Ooh.
Yeah.
There's a lot of nostalgia glasses when it comes to the 90s. Okay. And that's fine. If that's how you want to look at the world, sure. Okay, great. But don't infect the rest of us with it. I also look fondly on the 90s, but I also don't allow it to turn me off to new things. Not anymore. I did for a little bit there, and I admitted that.
I'm guilty of that.
But I don't let it do that anymore. There was a time I walked away from Star Trek because I saw the I saw the first season. I saw the first season of Discovery, and I thought it was bogus.
Hey.
And I walked
so.
away from it. But here's something I've
Of
learned
course,
to do.
corrected.
Here's something I've learned to do.
Did they?
If one of my fandoms is not making me happy, I put it on the shelf for a little bit and I walk away from it.
That's fine.
I came back to Star Trek because of Strange New Worlds and Lower Decks. Both, in my opinion, great shows.
Oh, I love Lower Decks, man. I love that.
I love the fact that Lower Decks was self-referential to all of Star Trek.
Yeah.
But it was also trying to point at things from all of the Star Trek shows that you can maybe learn about or enjoy. Like there's a museum spot where you see the giant Spock skeleton from the animated series back in the 70s.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that point at all of Star Trek when it comes to that show.
Yeah, they talk about all the shows and movies and everything on that.
Mm-hmm. We should have burned Star Trek to the ground 30 years ago.
Correct.
Lots of people have tried. Lots of people have tried Degrassi. But I also want to point out when Next Generation was coming out, there were fanzines that had, "This is not my Star Trek. I'm not going to watch this." Blah 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 blah.
And then they realized it was good.
And then Star Trek: The Next Generation ended up being probably. Well, the first two seasons were horrible. Okay, I will admit that show did not find its wings until the end of season 3, really, with Best of Both Worlds.
Well, Deep Space Nine was really either until about season 3. Then Deep Space Nine kind of got really good.
Well, that's when the war started. That's when the Dominion War started.
Yeah,
that show got great when the Dominion War started. I never watched Voyager, but Chris got me to start watching it. I'm hooked. I've been watching it slowly, but I'm hooked with it, man. It's a great show.
I don't know. I grew up watching, Outer Limits and Twilight Zone and stuff like that. I really liked
Dude.
well-crafted episodic stories where you were getting a really interesting story. Was the acting the best? Was it the most exciting? No, but you were just getting these really interesting, thought-provoking stories. And I got that with Next Generation. A lot of them were very good. I have that. I have that sitting right over there.
Joe.
Yeah.
Joe, I've been going back and watching the old Twilight Zone episodes from the black and white Twilight Zones, but I've also gone back and watched the reboot show from the 80s, from the mid 80s.
Yeah.
That's got some great episodes in it too if you watch it.
Hey, does anybody remember that show with Chuck Connors in the 80s called Werewolf?
Yes, I do. That was a great show.
And they had a ninja show with the guy from Good, the Bad, and Ugly, Lee Van Cleef.
Yep.
Listen,
I love Lee Van
I'm
Cleef.
still
even though he looks like a rat.
I'm still suffering
fantastic.
PTSD from the remake of Dark Shadows they did in the 90s. Ooh. Ooh.
Dude, my mom loved Barnabas Collins, like the original Dark Shadows, and I got to watch that stuff because my mom loved that.
Some IPs need to die. Some IPs just need to go away. They're not necessary anymore. They were great when they came out. They don't need to be rebooted.
Well, some IPs can go away for, a decade or two and come back, sure. But like
some should just go away for good, and that's okay.
Yeah. Well, what do you think of the Dark
I don't need a Riptide or a Simon & Simon reboot anytime soon.
Hey, I like
that
Simon
being where it's at.
Simon & Simon ruled.
Can we get Hunter Hart back?
That's why I don't want it rebooted.
All right, let's get to the rest of the show.
The Dark Shadows movie with Johnny Depp. Did anybody watch that?
That was fun. That movie was fun.
I thought it was funny.
It was campy as hell, and it was meant to be. If you took it for what it was a good movie.
It should be taken out in the back and burned. All right, we got some news. I have news today. First up, a picture has been making the rounds on Twitter, socials, and it looks real. This might be your first look at RDJ as Dr. Doom.
Why does he look like Kurt Russell?
Oh, why does he look like a fill-in for a Fleetwood Mac concert?
So like me and Degrassi was discussing earlier, it's not over the top enough that this can't be real. Like when you see a lot of the fake photos out there.
I mean, I could see it for just like a set clip, just a clip, a quick photograph off of the set. Sure.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm fine either way. I don't really care.
I mean, he looks good.
We know he's going to be Doom, so who gives a fuck what he really looks like in
Where's
the end?
The mask at?
We know he's going to be Doom.
Why does he look like Mark Hamill?
Because the force is strong with this one.
The Sith Lord.
Yeah, he does have a Sith Lord vibe to him, but I like the green cloak or cape.
Yeah.
It's odd.
Well, I mean, it's not the mask. We got to take into consideration. There's no makeup for the scars. There's no mask on, so.
But I do like the costume a lot.
Yeah.
It does give him an imposing, menacing look.
It doesn't matter what his costume looks. All that matters is the mask. That's all people are going to look at and critique is the mask. They're not going to give a shit about his cape or anything. They're going to see the mask and be like, that mask looks like shit, or that mask looks great.
Don't screw the mask up. That's all I ask. Please, Marvel. Yep. Don't screw the mask up.
There's no way in hell Marvel could screw them. Never mind.
Don't say that because they can. Okay.
Shall I point to those early Fantastic Four movies?
Oh.
Please don't. Please
Sky High, the movie. Hey, I like that Sky High movie. All right.
That's actually a fun movie. Looks generic. Well, you guys
generic
also
boilerplate MCU costume design.
You guys
Yeah.
also have to remember this is not touched up. This is not. This is an on-set clip.
Nobody even
from
knows if it's
Avenger.
fucking real.
If it's real.
So
If it's real.
Again,
It does kind of like
it's-
a Power Ranger, though. It looks like one of the bad guys on the Power Rangers.
yeah.
This could be fake, by the way, too. We don't know.
Yeah.
Like I said, like we know we're getting him as Doom. So who gives a fuck what he looks like? Hey, he's gonna be Doom. So you know you're getting him as Doom. So until we see a mask.
I hope he at
nobody's
least
gonna give a
yells, "None can defeat Doom," like he does in the comics.
shit. It'll be interesting.
Look, as long as he's Doom-like, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Like, I was
Yeah.
never one who cared about Doctor Doom that greatly. I mean, I
Yeah.
know he's got a lot of fans.
Storyline. He has a fantastic origin story and
very
backstory, and he's an interesting character, well built out villain.
He was never one of my cup of tea villains, and that's fine. Like, if they give me a good Doom, or if it looks good, or if he does the character justice, in my opinion, I'll be happy with it.
Degrassi says, watch The Sympathizer on Max to see where he's going with Doom.
I mean, this is my preference in Doom, but that's just
What's
me.
that?
That's MF Doom.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You have to stereotype.
Yeah, it looks fake.
you
The
feel
head
like
is
that's
slightly
like a
too big,
box or
even for RDJ.
like a bowl or something.
It's.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from
It is
looking
what it
like a knight extra from the movie Excalibur, I mean, it's great.
I like the Excalibur though. It's a Helen Mirren. Whew,
I know.
finest
Back
dog
when
hair.
she
Smoke
was-
show in her day.
When she well, she's still a smoke show, man.
I know.
Watch Mobland in 1923. She's not a smoke show anymore. She's a respectable older lady.
I still think she's gorgeous.
Who I was still hooked up with. All right.
All right, moving on. But all I know with you guys and Helen Mirren is that we need to do a PSA, because if you have those feelings and you need help, AARP can guide you in the right direction.
Hell
They
yeah.
have
It's a
many
wonderful
resources.
organization. Numerous resources.
Well, that's why I would
for
hook
all
up
your
with her,
needs.
because she's got an AARP card. We get some benefits for that. Get some
Oh.
discount.
Movie tickets reduced.
Look, the
Yeah.
man's got a point. That's all I'm saying.
And she's probably.
I
pretty
like
well
I said,
off.
I don't really give a shit. I know he's coming as Doom. They're gonna do whatever the fuck they're gonna do with it.
Hashtag
So,
AARP.
that's what it is.
There's nothing we can do about it at this point. The cats are out of the bag. He's going to be
Yeah.
doomed.
Yeah.
Exactly. I forgot. If you're watching for the first time, please subscribe to the channel. Please like. Please comment in the chat, because it helps with the algorithm. And please sub up to Heroes for Hire Comic Club. Matt, he's close to us. How many views? Subs are you close to?
I'm about 50 away from 400. I'm going to do a giveaway whenever that is. Probably have some
There you
cool
go.
stuff in there.
Nice.
I'm
make
trying to do it the old school way. I'm not trying to pay for ads, to promote my video. I'm just trying to, I'm not firing shots at anybody. I'm just saying I would
know.
rather just try to
I
get it myself, so
It's more natural than people just signing up and not watching.
they're real and they're spectacular.
Yes, I like my real audience because they give me shit. I don't think AARP has a dating service.
I'm sure they do. I'm sure there's some dating service you can get on your Cricket phone or your
Or you can sign up to be on the
Man is
Golden
a
Bachelor.
rep.
Grasshopper, whatever
remember.
the one is that has the big numbers.
Or you could always be a contestant on the Golden Bachelor or Bachelorette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is there a an adult film equivalent of the Avengers or Fantastic Four out there somewhere?
I'm sure there is.
Oh yeah. Oh, it definitely is.
There are all sorts.
There's several. There's
There are
several.
all sorts of superhero adult films.
Damn you, Doom. Dollar
I mean,
store
for a while
Sheen.
there, you couldn't stumble over without finding a Harley Quinn
Dude,
one. Or,
there's even a Pokemon porno out there somewhere.
I've seen. I mean, I've heard about that.
oh Jesus!
And there's a
No,
Sailor
sir.
Moon one. There's a One Piece one. I'm sure. I remember the ones they used to have. Not Gilligan's Island. They call it Not or whatever. It was like Not Gilligan's Island, but it was totally Gilligan's Island.
Oh, jeepers!
Oh, jeez.
What we need is an Exorcist porno version. That would be interesting.
Oh my God! With China as She-Hulk, you would know, Terry. You would.
That
The
sounds
German version of Snow White. Oh man.
Oh.
the German version of anything. You better watch out before you watch it.
Indiana Jones and the
I'm gonna
Temple of
lose
Doom.
my dinner if I watch the German version of anything.
Well, there was a movie called, instead of Gladiator, it was called Glad He Ate Her.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Poon.
They also had another one called little people called Itty Bitty Gangbang.
Yeah. Yeah, there was also several Pirates of the Caribbean adult films.
And don't forget the classic Bang the Nun Slowly.
Yes, yes.
Battle Brother Caston, John Krasinski.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Whoever you spell his name, Reed, with Henry Cavill would be way more hype, and RDJ got me not interested at all.
And that's fair.
All right, moving away from Dime Store Doom. No, I'm just kidding. DC has announced Immortal Legend Batman by Kyle Higgins, Matt Groom, and art by Dan Mora, Erica Duroso, and Igor Monti. This will debut on August 27th. This will be a 4 to 6 issue limited series. This is a Power Rangers anime type take on the Cape Crusader and the Bat Family. I love these designs. Dan Mora is amazing.
This is Elseworlds, more Elseworld stuff.
Yes, more Elseworlds.
I like Elseworld stories. Just like I was a huge What If fan for Marvel. So
I don't mind Elseworld stories at all because they have a nice clean beginning and end. You can read a little fun Elseworld series and that's fun. It's when they try to bring it into some regular ongoing title. It's like
I think the only one I didn't like was what was that? Age of Krypton? Age of Krypton? Kryptonian?
Yeah, that was
Kryptonian Age.
Well, you got like 6 episode or issues in, and nothing really happened. They just kind of keep introducing characters each issue.
I think that was the only one I've ever given up on because I just couldn't take it anymore.
I just want to read a Batman comic. You know, like they did that Batman Samurai anime movie, and it was just atrocious. So I don't know. I
actually enjoyed that. Just
really,
just from
I couldn't get through it.
I loved it. I loved it from just a pure. This is fun animated craziness, and I just kind of took Batman out of it and just was like, oh, I'll just conceptually reference Batman a little bit in this, and it was kind of fun.
Listen, I love you guys in the chat. I'm glad you guys are still throwing out names for movies. Enjoy. I would like to see a Spartacus number.
Wasn't that what the show Spartacus basically was? A softcore porn with blood?
There was more penis in that movie than in a YMCA.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about the old one. I thought, when did Kirk Douglas show his penis in that movie?
No, I'm talking about the Spartacus show, man. Like that show had so much full frontal nudity, man. Like
it did.
And so much blood, and it was a great show. And I still watch the whole series like once or twice a year. So
it's too bad that guy passed away. That was
Andy Whitfield, yeah.
And we have a special guest all the way from the mountains of New York. His internet might work. He will not be doing trivia tonight, so you guys are safe. Sticks.
Oh, look, it Sticks. Hey, Sticks.
You gotta wait 20 seconds before you can hear things.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, welcome. What do you think of this new Batman design for Elseworlds?
I think it looks good. Yeah, I like it. I don't like the Robin one as much, but I think the Batman one looks good.
Did you say Lucy Brawless? What the hell's going on in this chat today?
Lucy
Doomsday?
Lawless on the Spartacus show.
Yeah,
Wait.
and she was nude a lot.
A lot.
What if that Doom pick isn't for Doomsday?
What if it's for Secret Wars?
Fantastic
Maybe.
Four.
Maybe it's for Fantastic Four. Who knows?
Thunderbolts? No, Thunderbolts?
No,
Yeah,
No.
maybe.
I don't think he. I don't think
Coming
he'll be
back
in
for reunion
Thunderbolts.
tour.
They are doing reshoots.
I don't know.
For
Could
Thunderbolts.
Yeah, they're doing reshoots.
It's kind of late to do reshoots.
Thunderbolts?
We still got 90 days. We got a new Spartacus.
Yep, there is a new Spartacus coming. House of Asher.
Spider-Man 4.
My beard.
Interesting.
Brand new day.
Oh, that could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, we're getting Christian Bale as the Batman in the DCU. Why not? Crickets.
Oh, is
Crickets.
Christian Bale coming back?
Lols.
Yeah.
Lols.
Where'd that come from?
A good source in the chat.
Okay.
Well, apparently he was shooting on set, Warner Brothers, all suited up. That was all I was told.
The only problem I have with Bale is he always talked like he was constipated when he was Batman.
Where's Rachel?
Where's Rachel at?
Can I get the key to the bathroom?
All right. Moving on, we have a Minecraft movie sequel is already being planned with Warner
No
Brothers
shit.
execs rushing to start making a second film. The movie hit $550 million worldwide yesterday.
Yeah, and
outside of the craziness at some of the theaters, I'm happy that a generation has an IP that they really love and cherish, that they're coming out for. This ain't my generation shit. This is a younger generation shit, and they love it. And that's nice to see. It's nice to see kids connect with an IP.
Agreed.
Yep. And with all the people going, oh, this is gonna fail. This is gonna fail. It's gonna blah blah blah.
Oh, I did
Still-
pretty fucking stupid, but you know, what
Still
the
is
fuck do I know?
making bank.
I'm a 50-year-old
Still is
man.
making
What the fuck do I
bank.
know?
Exactly. What the fuck do we know? This is not my thing,
I
but
do.
whatever.
I knew it was gonna be huge. I will watch videos of people playing Minecraft. I knew this movie was gonna blow up because they just love watching Minecraft content.
Yeah, my kid's been playing Minecraft for years. He watched Minecraft guy. He had fun going to the movie, and he's a teenager. And I was like, I didn't think anyway, like that age group. Like I could see the younger kids. I didn't think it would hit as solid as it did with like the teenage crowd.
I'm just waiting for
I
a
know.
Fortnite movie to hit.
I mean,
Because you
Like
know
my-
that's gonna happen too.
No.
You know that's gonna happen too. So
yeah, Minecraft
no,
came
does that
out when
mean
the
there's gonna be a
360 came
Marvel
out, so
Do
yeah,
you think there'll be a Marvel Rivals movie one day?
eventually.
It'll be
oh,
made in China.
Marvel Rivals. Who
It would
knows?
be made. it'd be
Maybe
made
a
in China,
cartoon.
'cause That's
Maybe a
who makes the game.
I'll put down
Maybe an
for a cartoon on
anime.
that one.
Maybe an anime. Maybe.
Maybe we'll get 145% tariff on that.
Yeah, it'll be produced by Saban.
Tariff talk. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was just right there. I had to say
I
it.
know. I know. It was easy and it was there. It's okay.
All right. What do we have next? Oh, we
Yes.
have on the lookout comic keys that you should be looking out for when you're out there digging that you might want to put in your collection, or maybe you're just specking on a movie. So first up, Lois Lane number 70. Last sale was $305 back on the 2nd of last month.
I always love a good cat.
High CGC 9.8 of this was $9,600 back in 2024.
Wow.
Last 9.8 sale was that was a 9.6 sale. A high of that 9.6 sale was 9,600 back in 2024. The last 9.8 sale back in 2014 was $4,899.
Jeez.
I'm telling you. I mean, well, again,
You can find a
there's
good fine copy of this for like $100 out there.
these. You have to understand these books are very different
Oh, yeah.
in terms of the collectors look at different things. There is a market for super high end Silver Age DC.
Yep.
Non-key books in
Yeah.
9.6, 9.8, stuff like that. All the old Nick Cardy stuff, not even key issues. There is a market for that. Those books go for a shit ton of money. The problem is people see that and then think, oh, this book's a lot of money. And they go out and buy a 3.5 of it and then realize it's not worth shit. Because the value in it was the fact that it was a Silver Age Nick Cardy cover in a 9.8, not the book itself.
For you TV watchers, I'm sorry. I was informed that when the chat is up on television, they cannot see the book. So I will be maybe rearranging stuff. So
What?
Oh,
That's interesting.
You know, I enjoy a good cat fight cover though.
so this is in case people didn't know, this is the first Silver Age appearance of Catwoman.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Cool.
I thought it was the first appearance of Super Pussy.
Yeah. Yeah, she's in the box.
Leave Super Pussycat alone.
It also has a penguin appearance too.
Dang it, Bruce.
Yeah, because there's
Excuse everybody.
not too many of those Lois Lane titles that are keys.
That's right. Screw you, TV watchers. I watch on my TV and have the chat on my phone.
There you
I do
go.
both. I do both.
Yeah, I normally do the chat on my phone and then watch it.
Because you can't
Yeah.
answer the chat on your TV.
Well, you can, depending on what app you have.
Yeah.
You can yell at the TV.
I hit YouTube on my TV and I see the book and the blue on the edge of the screen to the right of it.
Oh, that little tiny little crack of blue. Get out of here.
The crack of blue.
Get out of here.
He's
Crap.
a blue crack.
God damn you, Grumpy. Get out of here, Grumpy. All right, next up, we have Batman and Robin #1. Last sale was $18 back in March of this year. CGC 9.8 high was in 2023 at 174. Last CGC 9.8 sale was $85 in January of this year. You guys know what this is?
First
Even though-
because Robin.
Even though CGC does not notate this on the label, this is the first appearance of Professor Pig.
Ah.
That was
PYG.
PYG.
Who has
That was
made
fun
a handful
series, by the
of
way.
action
I enjoyed that
appearances?
series.
Yeah, he's even been in the animated show, hasn't he?
Yeah, he was on that one of the Batman shows, like the Batman or something like that.
Interesting.
All right. You know, eventually he's a character that can easily be transferred from comics to movies.
He is.
Yep.
I
He's
always
just a
thought there
serial
was
killer with a pig head on.
this was Grant Morrison, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always
Yeah.
thought this was a fun series. I read this on the DC Universe app like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, this was a really good series. Even though Damien's still not my favorite Robin. Thank you very much.
I am not fond of Damian Wayne at all.
Me neither. Not really.
That's fair.
They wrote him really well in his Robin series, and this
Yeah,
thing,
the
he's
Robin
just a
series
whiny-
was fun. I liked the Robin series a lot.
He's just a whiny bitch in high school now.
I'm one of the few people that probably voted to save Jason Todd. So
I voted to murk Jason Todd, but
That's fair.
I mean, you know.
fair enough.
But then again, that vote was stacked. They really wanted Jason dead anyway. So.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
he was dying. Yeah, he was dying
Yeah.
either way.
This is
I was
I'm
like a
a
little kid there.
vegetarian now.
To die. I didn't know they were going to bring a new one. So
I'm a vegetarian now. This is Bat Cow. It's one of the greatest lines ever delivered by a Robin ever.
Yep.
He's my favorite Robin, like Dick is my favorite Batman.
Yeah, Dick
I'm
Grayson
still
makes a
going
good
with
Batman.
that.
like
Dick
Jerry
Grayson
McKinnon
will
as
be the Batman in the DCU. Sticking with that.
Maybe.
All right, next up. What do you
I'm not gonna
have?
say it.
My
G.I.
favorite
Joe
Robin
number
was
Yeah, I got
22. Last sale of $22 on the 3rd. CGC 9A high was $280 back in 2020. Last sale of a 9.8 was 2020, $288. And this is the first appearance of anyone?
and
Comic?
Roadblock.
There you
Wicked
go.
Roadblock.
I
Yeah.
put that on here for
I have
you.
it right here.
Dude,
So there's so many
this book
goddamn
for a
first
Marvel
appearances.
comic
Shut up
from the
again.
80s. For a Marvel comic from the 80s, this book got dark, man. There were
Oh, it
certain
did.
storylines of this book where they killed like
Yes,
whole
it
groups
did.
of
There's
GI
a lot
Joes.
of death.
See you in September, Dick.
Oh yeah, They
Like
just
the
locked
whole,
them
like
out.
the whole Serpentor block was freaking brutal.
Well, they
They're all pretty reasonable books.
Wow.
They're extremely reasonable for all those first appearances for the most part through there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sartan's a little pricey, but
Except for 21, the first appearance of Storm Shadow,
Yeah,
and the first appearance of all
and
the
the silent.
first characters in the first issue. But yeah, other than that,
Like the first appearances are
Other than that,
very, very
which
accessible.
I'm working on this entire run right now, so I have
Nice.
85 of 155 issues so far. I'm still working on it.
I have this run. I got it
You have
all
the whole
off the
run?
news- I got it all off the newsstand when it came out.
This was one of the
Good
first
job,
comic
Buy it
books.
from you.
This is one of the first comic books as a kid that I read regularly because I was a huge G.I. Joe fan.
Yeah.
And that got me into comics. I was like, oh, G.I. Joe comic. And I just started reading the comic, and that's what got me into comics.
I am one of those that can say Batman got me into comics, but he doesn't keep me there now.
G.I. Joe
Yeah.
was what got me into comics. My
First
dad was
appearance,
was retired from the Marines, was in Vietnam, and he was in the National Guard for 20 years. And when they would go every summer on maneuvers, or like training exercises, that whatever military base he went to, he'd go to the PX and bring me back some comics. He'd bring me back Sergeant Rock, G.I. Joe, Batman, and
Nice.
Nice. Probably had some Mark
Excellent.
George in there.
Oh, speaking of
I don't know
sticks,
where they're at now, but
speaking of sticks, I was I forgot to tell you a couple weeks, was it last week or a couple weeks ago?
Yeah,
Still
yeah.
only 35 cents was on the Show Off Your Slab show with Rob Bastax.
Yeah.
And he was showing us some really good Doctor Who magazines.
Oh, I'll have to go
Yeah,
back
I
and
mean,
watch that.
high grade Doctor Who magazines. Number one, I
Mhm.
forgot how many showed up, but they were like nines. I was like, what? How did those are like nine?
I
That's
caught
crazy.
the
That's
epi-
crazy.
I caught the video where still on 35 cents did his comic book, what his comic book room looked like, and he was showing off some of the stuff he has. Man, he has some good British comics, man.
Yeah.
Like British
Yeah.
editions and stuff, man. He has some great ones, man.
I'll have to check that out. Speaking of which, I have just purchased or
What you-
traded for.
What are you trading?
I have six boxes of Doctor Who magazines coming to me.
Oh wow,
That is awesome, Sticks.
I
You
think I
need help
just
going through them?
I think they're all going to be going on my shelf over here. I don't have a lot of them, so there were 250 of them.
Did you make a good trade on that?
Yeah, I got rid of some stuff I didn't want, so
There you go.
that was fine with me. They didn't want that. I didn't want that. They wanted mine. I wanted theirs.
There you go.
Anybody go to the record
Just
store
like a
yesterday?
good marriage.
I haven't been to
I
a
don't-
in years.
I got to order mine. It's gonna cost me a little extra, but I'm sorry, they didn't have it at the store when I went. So
All right, then we have New Teen Titans Annual number 2. Last sale was $15 on the 9th. CGC 9A high was $425 in 2024. Last CGC 9A sale was $90 in February of this year.
Mm.
Oof.
Vigilante, right? First
First
appearance.
appearance of
That-
Vigilante.
that once the new series
Yep.
starts up in August, that's gonna pop up again.
Yeah. definitely. So
Don't worry about that. If you're holding on to this in August, that's probably going to be the good time to sell when the series comes back.
yeah, because this is
I have Vigilante #1, but I don't have this one.
I love the covers on that Vigilante solo series.
yeah, that's a good series.
Mm-hmm.
I do too.
Who did the covers for those? Anybody know?
I forget. I might have to look them up.
No, no.
I'll tell you in a sec.
I know Pollard did a few of them.
Gotta go. Have a good night, Justin. Talk to you later.
I was gonna say Ordway, but I don't think it's Ordway.
No. Huh. And the book every collector needs in their collection.
Oh, here we go.
You guys read this. Don't be embarrassed. We all know you read this in the 80s.
Yeah, I read it.
Power Pack #1, newsstand. Last sold for $10 on the 5th of this month.
The only reason they bring them back is so they don't lose the IP.
The CGC 98 high of this book was $899 in 2021. Last CGC 98 sold for $495 in January. Don't sleep on this book in high grade.
Looks like the first few covers for the Vigilante series from the 80s was Keith Pollard.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have the last issue of this series, but I don't have this one, I don't think.
Is it a comic or a TV for Teen Titans? What do you mean? I know they're getting a movie. I thought you were gonna say Turok #1.
What is this a first appearance of?
Power Pack.
Power Pack and the aliens from that series, whatever they were.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The talking horses.
I could have sworn the Power Pack appeared in something else.
What were they? They were called.
Probably wrong.
They were always with Spider-Man and Fantastic Four. They were always crossing over to other books.
They also crossed over with the X-Men a lot.
Yeah.
Then after a while, the cover artist was Todd Smith on the Vigilante comic. And Rick Magyar.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So you can find this in dollar bins, 50-cent bins.
Oh,
you can find a high copy, get it graded, make $400 easy.
Yeah. I kind of hope we get the Power Pack in the MCU. I know that sounds kind of weird, but
They can make a cartoon or something.
Have you ever watched their live action movie from the 90s?
What?
Yes.
It's very
Live
bad.
action movie?
Yeah, it was a TV movie. Very bad.
Yeah.
If you've ever watched My Secret Identity with that was on like Nickelodeon or something like that, or Fox maybe. It's kind of like that.
Did it have
Kind of
Jerry
like that kind
O'Connell in
of
it?
Jerry O'Connell. Yeah. Yep. Before he was in
Of
Sliders.
Sliders fame.
Yep. One of my
Before he
favorite
was
series.
Slider.
So, yeah.
Stand By Me.
Stand By Me. Yep.
All right. And next up, weekly comic book reviews. This week we looked at Captain Action versus Al Capone Vampire,
Rough week. It was a rough
Golden
week.
Rage, and Greenland Corps number 3.
It was a rough week.
First up, Captain Action versus Al Capone.
As much as I love Al Capone vampire covers, because there are some good ones.
I did
The
not
story and art in this made it feel like it was a high school project.
What made me laugh about this book is I've been going on a prohibition gangsters tear here lately with movies and shows and videos and stuff. And for Bruce to tell me this morning, Al Capone vampire was like, what? Like, but I agree with Joe. The inside of this was like a high school art project. It was a horrible book.
The dialogue was like the way it was written. It felt like a 15-year-old wrote it.
Yeah,
It felt like something I would just like. I can make a comic book in high school.
So the way Liefeld started out, it still is. Okay.
Not to take anything away from the people that do. Somebody's putting in time writing this and putting art. I don't mean to shit on them. It just wasn't a very good comic.
Yeah, I will not be picking this up.
I'm
Nah.
sure there's an audience out there for somebody that
Oh,
enjoys
yeah.
this. But
I'm glad
I'm
I
sure
read it.
somebody
Just
will love
wasn't
this,
me.
but just not me.
Yeah. Nope. Nope.
I'm surprised Captain Action is still getting comic
And what
books.
does the Captain Action logo look like? A recycling logo?
Right?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Reduce,
you know,
reuse,
the way this
recycle.
is, these
Yeah,
smaller
actually-
publishers can pick up some of these dead IPs that are
Well, the
laying
girl
out
in the
there.
miniskirt was kind of
Yeah.
hot, but that's
Still,
just
Captain
that's
Action.
about all I can say.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Golden Rage #1. What the hell was this?
Old ladies on it. It's like Golden Girls, but angry.
Also, remember that
Oh.
this is a continuation of an existing series.
Hmm.
So
What is this a continuation of? I don't even know what
Golden
this is a
Rage.
continuation of.
Golden Rage, I believe there was an original series of this, and then this is continuing it.
Wow. Okay.
So y'all play until
Is that cat supposed to be Wolverine with the
No
little
notes.
snake?
I didn't get to read this one. I didn't know.
It was conceptually, it's an interesting concept. I will give it that. The fact that all old ladies are basically shoved off to an island to Lord of the Flies one off. It is kind of interesting.
Okay.
Yeah,
It was
not for me.
weird. I
Not for
found it
me.
weird.
I was unprepared for this one because I think you forgot to send me the file, so I didn't read it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But it sounds like I didn't miss anything. So
You didn't miss anything.
It was fine. It was
They save you
it
10
was
minutes.
better than Al Capone.
Yeah.
It was Al Capone.
I'll
That's a
give
lot more,
you
man.
that, Joe. I'll give you that. It was better than Al
Ah.
Capone. And I never thought I would ever say. I never thought those words would come out of my mouth. Better than Al Capone. Okay.
Yes, the Golden Girls was better than Al Capone.
Yeah, the original series was in 2022.
Oh wow.
Okay.
All right, next up, Green Lantern.
There was still like I was like I need some Adderall to get through the first handful of pages because it's just shit blowing up everywhere, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh shit, now I'm just in a diner, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It was a little much for me.
It feels like to me that they're gearing up for another war between the Lantern Corps.
No more wars. There are no Lantern Corps left.
But there's a
Except
lot
for
going
Green
on. There's
I
a
kinda
lot
like
going
the
on for
thing
the
with
first chunk of this book.
with Horace, I kind of liked that. It was kind of freaky. Like Horace
Yeah,
comes
that was
out of
pretty
the
cool.
and also what I like about it was not all the. I know it's got a lot of exposure. You're right. If you're on a lot of Adderall and read this, you'd probably have a heart attack. But luckily, I hadn't drinking coffee yet when I read it.
Yeah.
And but what I always like is because I was a fan of Justice League, the animated series, and I loved how Shira and John, their interaction, their relationship, and you kind of still see it here. And that's the kind of parts I liked of the story was those two together.
Yeah, that was good.
I thought they were gonna bang in the closet for a second.
I didn't.
Yeah, that looked like it was going to
There
happen,
was a
but
little
then
sexual tension in that closet for sure.
and then you've got the Tamazarian or Tam. Oh, I can never pronounce that name right.
Anagarians?
Yeah, whatever. You've got that the queen of that race wanting John too. You know, it's like, dude, like
I sent you the worst panel in this series. I was like, I don't know what's going on with Jon Stewart. Get that man some Ozempic or something. But that panel was that was not a good panel.
that was a rough panel. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Normally I'm a Lantern fan, but this again Adderall, like
It
what
was so much. It was like explosion, diner. And I was like, what?
I
Diner.
liked it. So, I mean, I don't know. For me, who's not a big Lantern fan, I kind of like getting this book because it's got a lot of the characters I do like. You know, and although some of them weren't in this one, I like Guy Gardner and Jon Stewart's probably my favorite Lantern. But yeah, I can see what you mean about it though. Like, I mean, it's not the greatest book I ever read. I'm not going to say that. So, but
For the longest time in the 80s and early 90s, I was a huge Hal Jordan fan. But then Hal went crazy and off the core in Emerald Twilight. And then I jumped to Kyle Rayner. and then he became a god. And then, why is it every Green Lantern that I've loved has become something weird?
And I was glad to see Razor because I love Razor in the animated show.
Yeah, Razor's fun.
All right. What do we have
I'm not a
next?
huge Lantern fan.
Oh, I know what we have next. It's time for the part of the show where last week Cliff was not wet because of the covers.
It was a tough week.
Tough week for covers. Very tough week. All right. At number 10. Epitaphs from the Abyss, number 10, the 1 in 10 Montez Incentive. Little homage going on. I like this cover.
And we looked up the original cover week before last.
I like all the 1 in 10s off the series.
It's a good series.
Yeah,
I heard it's ending after issue 12, though.
Who?
They have the thing is they have so many of the different EC imprints out now that whether it's be fantasy or the horror stuff like that. I think they're gonna keep going back to the well.
They're gonna shuffle.
They got
they're
the
gonna shuffle it.
one coming this summer, so they're gonna keep recycling through probably the different.
If they do the EC's Living Mummy series, I'll buy that.
You love mummies.
Mm-hmm.
We need a Two-Fisted Tail series, too. Kind of like that.
Yes, we do. Two-Fisted Tails would be awesome.
That was a great movie. Oh, wait, never mind.
Bruce, no.
At number 9. DCX Sonic the Hedgehog Ijikuri variant.
Yeah, that's something. I like Ijikuri. And
It's
it's a crossover for the Sonic fans.
That's
nice.
apparently a thing that's happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They go against Dark Side. I don't know what Sonic the Hedgehog can do against Dark Side.
Oh, he's fast as fuck, boys.
Yeah, Mega beams, baby. They'll catch you eventually.
He's fast as fuck, boys. That's all that matters.
All right, number 8. Absolute Flash number 2 Ward variant.
Interesting cover.
Very interesting. That's why it's here.
What's going on?
I can't really tell what's going on too much. Is he getting struck by
Lightning
lightning?
You didn't go with the Chuma A cover?
No.
I can't tell if he's like in a catcher's crouch or if he's praying to Mecca or what he's doing down there.
I don't know.
But he's getting hit by a bolt of lightning. So
Yeah,
he's
Glass
getting
under his feet, which is awesome.
he's getting
that
the
him?
absolute unholy shocked out of him at least. Yeah.
could be some kind of new origin or something.
Yeah, probably.
Remember, he can't control the Speed Force, so
No, you can't.
Yeah.
No.
At number 7. Action Comics number 1 facsimile, the Mora homage variant. Yay.
as much as I hate different covers on a facsimile book, this is a good fucking cover.
I give it a thumbs up.
That's a great cover. I like it.
And it's open order, guys.
Yeah, it's a good cover. I mean, if you're a Superman fan, it's a nice cover to have.
You know, and it wasn't just a complete copy of the original.
Yeah, they've
No, it's
updated
nice.
it a little bit.
At number 6. Titans 22, Daniel variant. Deathstroke is back from the dead. Yay!
Again.
More stroke.
Yay!
More stroke.
I'm happy about that. It's a good. I like Deathstroke in Titans books.
How many times did he die?
Enough.
How many times over the years has he been dead?
I have no idea.
A lot.
A lot.
Cool cover though. I like it. You got the Titans in the background.
So
I like the Raven up front is pretty good.
Yep.
So you guys have
22 episodes to catch up on.
yeah, 21 issues, 22 issues to catch up on before next Saturday.
Can I just read issue 22
Next
and say
Sunday.
I read the rest?
Just find Comics Explained to tell you what happened.
I will.
Raven, Trigon, blah blah, Raven, Trigon, caught up.
Blah blah, Raven, Trigon, blah blah.
At number 5. We have Sister Imperator number 2,
Fun.
the Raphael Sarmiento variant, which is
That's
there's only one cover, so
Yeah, it's just the cover. Yeah.
That's
I've got to read this issue this week.
I
I
can't. wait.
wanted to get the first issue, but now it's already like what, $20 or something?
Yeah, $20.
Yeah, Lord.
They have a
$2.
second printing coming.
Okay, I'll have to get the second print.
Lord,
Gorgeous cover though. It's a very gorgeous cover.
Issue 3, I think issue 3 is my favorite cover for this book. It's so good.
has
And it
issue 3 made it out yet, or
No,
No,
issue
it still
2
comes out
is
in-
coming out this week.
okay?
But the cover for issue 3 is just fantastic. It has so much going on. I dig it.
Cool.
Hey, Lisa.
But it's been a fun read. I like indies. I like reading indies. I like reading different stories. I'm tired of the old superhero characters and what they're doing now after 30, 40 years. I don't give a shit.
I've
this about
dove
a-
into the
Original stuff.
I've
This
dove
about a
into
dark
the
circus?
indies hard because of you, Joe.
You know, there's good stuff out there.
This is about a dark circus.
Spread your wings.
This is based off of the band Ghost and their songs.
Yes.
Which you
Okay.
need to have no knowledge of to understand what's going on.
Exactly, which makes it good.
Yeah, Ickpot. Oh, let me bring up Lisa's Ickpot.
Oh,
Wait, did you send this to me?
Ickpot?
Send me a picture, Lisa.
Is it the blue one? Is it the
I think it's
not
the blue one.
Aftershock after
Don't worry,
whatever,
Thade. It's nothing.
Afterburn or whatever, the blue cover? Or is it the Vaporella?
Nothing we can't show on TV.
Can I show that cover? Yes. Here we go. I got it. I can show it. I'm not monetized. Oh, damn it. Yes, I am.
It'd be fine.
There we
Yeah,
go.
Oh my. Those
People are very torn on this. There's people that are like, "Oh, this is grotesque," but it's Ickpot. I expect it to be grotesque in a wonderful way. And
for some
as
reason, I
always
want
it
to
is.
start out. For some reason, it gives me the desire to go motorboating.
Yes,
Yeah. That's
I like
that's
Ickpot.
certainly a nice pair.
And she loves it. She's going back for the metal, guys. She wants it in metal.
I've been on the Ickpot train a long time. I love his stuff. When he started putting stuff out through Udon, I love it. I dig
I
it.
like it.
I mean, it's definitely a design choice. I'll give you that.
I like I said, there's something very appealing about the grotesque proportions in the art that he does. It's not for everybody, but I enjoy it.
Well, lots of
I know
people.
Terry's not a fan of this one.
Lots of people appreciate grotesquerie. So
It's something
Well, I
different.
bet she's a bit top heavy.
Yes.
I think so.
Well, I mean,
She might need
she's-
surgery.
She kind of-
and I will say I do have an Ickpot cover that's more top heavy than this.
he
What?
actually reminds me. There used
One
to
on the
be
floor?
There used to be an adult performer by the name of Morgana that she used to go to the baseball games and kiss umpires and shit.
Yeah.
And she was very top heavy. In fact, she would fall over if she'd been over too far. This kind of gives me that vibe,
As God intended.
as God intended. I think maybe you should ask the ladies about that who have to carry those things
Yeah,
around.
that's true.
All right,
Probably got a lot of lower
back
back.
to the list, damn it. All right, at number 4. Summer of Superman special number 1, the Jiang variant. Lobo looks kick ass on this cover.
He does.
John Jiang always does very
Well, you didn't put the
Covers.
Chrissy Zulu cover on here. I like it.
Zulu.
Crypto.
Oh, the crypto one. I like the crypto one. Crypto
That's
didn't make
cool
the
though.
list.
I like that one too, though. I like that one too.
Yeah, he's a good person to do a Lobo cover.
That's just a badass logo cover.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
is.
sure is.
And it's open order, so anybody can pick this up for the
So
The
many good Lobo covers
price of
exist out there.
$7.
Lobo.
Lobo.
It's the main man, dude.
Jiang rocks those covers.
It's DC's Wolverine.
It's everybody's favorite Cisarnian.
Yeah, he's DC's Wolverine, but more interesting.
Everybody's favorite space bounty hunter.
Yup.
You go frag yourselves.
Not today, Bruce. Not today.
Pastiche. You pastiche.
At number 3. The little Easter Kingspawn 44 Baron's variant. This cover is just amazing.
Yeah,
I'm
it's fun.
truly disturbed by this.
Dude.
But I like
Why
I
are
know.
all Spawn villains just perverts? I don't get it.
Yeah, they are.
it. I don't know. Maybe Todd had a bad experience when he was younger or something. I don't know.
I mean, one of his very first was Billy Kincaid. One of his very first enemies was Billy Kincaid, and that
Yeah.
we don't want to
I
go
still-
there about
We don't want
Kincaid.
to talk about
I
that.
still never read a full Spawn book.
Really?
I actually read quite a bit of the original run.
Yeah, I used to read it all the time back in the day when it came out. I probably read the
Well,
first.
they're like 700
Other than-
issues in on the main story. Like,
Is he coloring these eggs with a finger?
yes,
Yes.
Okay.
that is a severed child's finger. In fact,
Oh.
that's Billy Kincaid. In fact,
The bunny ears give it a even extra sense of
And it's
ick.
even creepier. There's a missing
Yeah.
child poster behind him.
well, that is Billy Kincaid. That's the child killer I was talking about. So yeah.
I thought they killed that piece of crap a long time ago.
Well, this is King Spawn, and remember, Kincaid was resurrected a few times. So
Oh yeah.
Wow, surprise! The 4C2 Mark books aren't all on the list. This is for books that are releasing on New Comic Book Day, Grumpy.
Okay. He was asking. Chris the Fish was asking about the one before the Lobo cover. Who it was?
The one before the Lobo cover was that was a Sister Imperator. It's a new indie series
It's Dark
from
Horse.
Dark
so,
Horse.
so it's questionable as to when it comes because it's Dark Horse.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Chris. I read the first 20 or so. It was crap until McFucknuts left.
wow, Terry, I'm sensing a dislike of Todd McFarlane. I'm a little disturbed by this dislike. No, I'm joking.
I just never got into it, and then I was out of comics for a while.
Yeah,
when
Todd
it
didn't
was
write anything.
in the meat of the run. And by the
But
time I
the-
got back into comics, I just didn't have an interest in it.
But
I think I made it in almost 200 issues before I got out of comics for a while, and
writing
Is
is not his strongest suit, but that by hell that motherfucker can draw.
yeah.
Is there a YouTuber that goes through all 360 issues?
I think so.
Just
I'm
It
seeing
might
a
be
video
sum it
I
up
can
in
watch
20 minutes. At number 2. Summer of Superman Special number 1, the Lozano variant.
Lozano has had some.
I like
good
it, but I
stuff.
need to ask what her. We need to check her ID. She looks a little underage.
His Zatanna that's coming is nice as well. He's on too.
This
Yeah.
is one of my picks.
I'm not asking her out. Not doing it. Nope, not doing it.
You don't have to ask her out. That skirt shows everything. You don't even have to talk to her.
Yeah, if she bends over,
I disavow the panel.
if she bends over, Victoria's not going to have any secrets left.
Oh my!
Either.
Disavow.
That'll be,
But no,
It'll be the- that'll be the-
Lozano's been doing some
She
great
needs to
covers
do
lately.
She needs 2 hairdos for this outfit. She needs 2 hairdos for this outfit.
Yeah.
This will be the first appearance of modern day Super Pussycat.
What skirt?
What
That's
skirt? That's a
belt.
belt. I agree,
Oh
Lisa.
my
That is a
God.
belt.
That's awesome. And the number
I don't-
one cover for New Comic Book Day this week, which is the 16th, is one of my favorite artists,
Yeah.
Catwoman 75, the 1 in 25 Nubovich incentive. Let's go.
Actually, pretty
Catwoman.
cool. I like that. That's nice.
Pretty.
Yeah, all the Catwoman covers have been good.
Yeah.
That is a good one.
I see they're getting on that train of let's put some stuff in like Asian writing.
Well, they've been
Asian
doing it
writing
for a while
sells.
with,
Thinks it looks cool.
Catwoman.
I think
Yeah.
it's Russian, maybe.
I don't think it's Russian. I think it's
No, it's Korean.
It's not Russian.
Might be
Korean,
It's
or-
Korean. It's Korean.
or
or Mongolian or something. Yeah.
Yes, Korean.
It's Korean. There's little circles.
There's a little sidekick. I believe she's Korean. If I could be wrong, the one that took over as Catwoman while she was in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see this as a 125. I'm happy with that. I've been disappointed with DC a lot lately because a lot of times their 125s are like, it's not really 125 worthy. I
Yeah.
like the open order stuff better, but this is a good cover.
You guys hear what they're doing with that new issue 1 of Supergirl? If you order I think it's 25 of the Absolute Wonder Woman #1 second print, that you'll get a bundle of 25 of that new Supergirl at $1 a pop for the retailer.
Really?
Bundle
Yeah.
deals.
Really? I
Oh,
think
bundle deals.
it's Supergirl, when she has a title, she does well.
Well, but we can't speak on Supergirl because none of us are the are the Supergirl expert, like a certain YouTuber who claims to be a Supergirl expert. Anyway,
I'm no expert, but I like her.
Are you referring to a madman?
No, I'm referring to a chud, but
Ah.
that's the point.
Oh God! All right. Until I get a new intro, we have Heretics Auctions. There's no longer a market report because I'm not reporting on the whole market. I'm just reporting on auctions that Heritage had.
That's fair.
Which is the big boy books anyway, so
Yes.
for the most part.
So first up, big boy, Avengers #1 from 1963, CGC 7.5, cream to off-white pages, sold for $9,000. There are
That's
currently not
pretty good.
5,876 graded copies out there, with a 9.6 being the highest graded value. And with that, there are 6. There are 5 universal and 1 restored.
I'm surprised that there are that many 9.6 of this book.
I am too. That was just
I'm not. There's
When you-
no, I'm not. I mean, that's not. There's not that many out there that are 9.6s. I mean, it's not a big number. 9.6s out there.
I'll
You
settle
get
for
your
5.
you get your file copies. You get your.
Yeah, I mean, remember this is a 60s book. It's not. We're not going back to Golden Age. We're not going to the 40s. It's not DC Golden Age. We're going back to the 30s and 40s and 50s. This is the 60s. You can get Marvel books. It's rarefied air. There's not that many of them, but they exist. I'm just surprised there's not more qualifieds. And
I can't afford that one though, or a 9.6. 0.5 is more my jam.
Yeah. Just to say I've got one that's
Yeah,
still
pretty much.
mostly complete.
No cover.
Can I just take a picture of your
page.
7.5 and just keep it in my wallet?
Look,
Yeah.
man, I know of a person who took one of these Silver Age books and all they had was like the cover, the back cover, and like 6 or 7 pages on the inside, and they got a point. They got a 0.5. So
yeah, they'll normally give you a 0.5 if you throw in a piece of shit in there, and just will take the lowest grade for it.
Yeah.
A lot of times they'll give you a blue label 0.5.
All right. Then we have Batman 100 from 1956. CGC 5.0 off white to white pages is more affordable. $780. There are 728 graded copies. There are a total 9 being the highest grade. There's only 1.
See it all the time. Any old Batman or detective stuff that's golden. I mean, this is right up to the end of Golden Age, but like Golden Age stuff, especially if you have a Joker cover, always good, always sells.
Yep.
And this is
I
not
wish
that
I had the
expensive.
one. The one.
No,
on the
I mean
cover,
this is a recirculated one anyway. It has other covers on
the
it.
comic on the
Yeah,
cover for the Bat Cycle is the one I always wanted, but that's an
Oh, that's a
expensive.
great issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always loved the Neil Adams Joker covers. They were always great.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's further away from this particular date, but that was my favorite. Like Joker covers was the Neil Adams covers.
Yep. All right, then we have Dell Giant number 54. I did not know Sticks was coming on. 1961 at CGC 9.6 off white pages, sold for $360. There are 18 graded copies on the census, a total of 796s.
I'm
This
telling
is-
people all the time, don't sleep on Dell. Don't sleep
No.
on high quality Dell books.
And getting a 9.6 in the Dell is kind of an achievement in itself.
Yeah.
Oh
Very,
yes,
very much so.
those
yeah, these
books
are-
are all finger fucked to hell. They're
Beat up to shit. Yeah.
They're beat up 7 ways to Sunday. So any high graded Dell is always great.
Yeah.
Yeah, get this really fine. I have some Woody Woodpecker, but not this one.
Woody Woodpecker was my favorite. We
I
have
can't believe this stuff that sells, man. Sometimes with comics.
Green Hornet number 1 Gold Key 1967. A CGC 9.2 white pages sold for $720. There are 322 graded on the census. There are 2 9/8s out there.
Wow. 2.
Would this be the first comic book appearance of
Yes.
Bruce Lee?
Oh, Bruce Lee?
Yeah.
Keto.
That's a good question.
And
Let me
besides,
check.
you know what?
Key
Green
collector.
Hornet,
Might be.
Green Hornet was his sidekick, by the way. I mean, let's
Yeah.
face it. He saved his ass
Yeah.
so many times.
Kato,
Oh, yeah.
Kato was the boss man there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love that Batman crossover episode.
Yeah, I did too.
That was
Let me
good.
see. Bruce Lee. Let's see.
Dragon.
I am checking Key Collector app.
Oh, there you go.
Bruce Lee. What's his first appearance in comics? Really? Interesting.
What's his
Probably
first
says it.
appearance in
Probably
comics?
says it on that label. If you zoom in
Yeah.
on the label.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bruce Lee and William Van Williams photo cover. Front and back pinup based on ABC television series. But it doesn't say first appearance. Key Collector has his first appearance listed as Deadly Hands of Kung Fu number 14. Is it? Wait, what?
Oh, how could it be that one? This came out in 1967.
Deadly Hands of Kung Fu 28. First appearance of Bruce Lee in story. Bruce Lee previously appeared on covers only. Maybe it's because he's appearing as himself in the comic, and he's playing a character.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
But I would still prefer
That's
this
some big
over
sauce. That's some
Deadly
big sauce.
Hands of
Bruce
Kung
Lee's,
Fu.
Bruce Lee's
number's
Bruce
Deadly
Lee.
Hands? Hey, what number's that Deadly Hands of Kung Fu? Because I'm going to be looking for that book.
28.
All right.
All right. Next up, we got
True Jedi.
Showcase 80 from 1969, CGC 92.
Hey.
Cream to off-white pages.
Get out of here, Jedi.
Sold for $408. 446 graded on the census, and there are 3 9/8s. 1 signed and 2 blue labeled.
Great book.
What is the blue label again? I mean, what does that signify?
Just regular. Yellow is signed. Purple is restored. Green, something's missing.
Qualified or something.
It's qualified.
Yep,
It's just
qualified.
a bit outside.
Gotcha.
First appearance of TV Guide. Get out of here with that TV Guide stuff.
That's what I said.
That's not a comic.
That doesn't count.
There you go. You just got your segment, Jedi. That's not a comic.
TV guys.
Do it.
Who let this guy in here?
Bring me up. Get out of here.
I don't know. I haven't seen you in a week.
Does it mean you have a TV, Grandpa? No. I get the
That's
TV
true. You didn't
guide.
see me on Friday. You only heard me.
If you get the TV guide, you don't need a TV.
That first 100 issues of
there you go.
Showcase is one of the most interesting runs in comics.
Showcase
There's
was a
so
great
many-
Showcase was a great
there's
series.
So many weird
Yeah.
titles mashed in there that are fantastic. You get your Angel and Ape. Good stuff.
Oh, I like Angel Ape.
I do too.
Phantom Stranger. Oh.
And next up, FOC. I'm not running videos today. I'm retooling the show, so videos will be forthcoming. This is for FOC 414.
Personally, I hate
26.
videos.
Show me where the video touched you, Sticks. Show me where it touched you.
Right about
Yeah.
here.
So get to your local LCS tomorrow by midnight. Get your orders
Okay.
online for FOC. You don't want to pay full price for books when you get them at a
Just don't do it at TFOC because those cocksuckers close down.
a nice alternative is 412 Comics if you want to get your books.
Who shut
Feel
down?
your anger.
TFOC, things from another
TFOC's
world.
online site.
I have so many books ordered through them bastards.
I told you I had 300 books on my pre-order list
I use my
all the way out to
comic
July.
or Lone Star Comics, as it used to be called, 35% off cover price.
Yeah, they're my comic shop now.
Yeah,
The only thing I miss
Lone
I-
Star
I
sells
don't-
cooler.
one thing I don't like about my comic shop, you never know when the incentives are gonna drop.
Fun fact, Matt, I used to work at the main at the original store on Abrams in Arlington.
Oh, cool.
All right, what we got for FOC? We got Resurrection Man #2, the Carl variant.
The call.
Batgirl #7, the Dan Mora variant.
Mara.
Oh, nice.
Adam Project #5, the Wada.
I like
Hell
Kevin
yeah.
Wada. He doesn't get a lot of work, but I enjoy it.
Secret 6 #3, Lyrics Lee. Who doesn't
I'm
like
happy for a Catman cover. I love Catman.
Yeah, man.
Oh, and the red suit too.
Catman chilling in the hot tub.
I need 3 of these.
Old
Somebody
school
buy
Cat.
3 of these for me.
Yeah.
All right. If I
What
buy
is
it,
what does
get out,
Catman
get
do?
It's Catman.
What does Catman do?
It's all nimbly pimbly.
Catman.
He's going to Catmandu.
It's. I was making a joke, Bruce. You just stepped all over it, but whatever. Okay.
That is my answer.
I know
Sorry.
who the hell Catman is. Okay. Like,
All right, next up,
Lyrics,
Poison Ivy
lyrics stepping it up,
33.
by the way.
Eom variant.
oof.
That is
Oh,
a-
that
Absolute
Eom.
Green Lantern 2, the Clark.
That Clark variant's nice.
Really nice. Absolute Superman 7, Panosian.
Panosian.
Let's go, Panosian. Absolute 7,
Panosian's
Absolute
been
Superman
killing
number
it.
7, the 1 in 25, Molina.
Wow, that Superman means business. His hands are glowy.
It's so
He is
glowy.
a handsome dum dum if I've ever seen one.
Leave
Okay.
him alone.
Quite a silly man, this one.
Have you been keeping up with Absolute Superman, Dave?
Yes, it's interesting.
He's a little bit special.
He's special. He's a special boy.
So is every YouTuber I know.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Touche.
Have you
But I
guys not
still-
seen
I still give
Master
these-
Channels?
I still give
Pushy,
DC their
pushy.
props, though. I still
Yeah.
give DC their props with the Absolute line. They're giving us very interesting, different takes on these characters,
Mhm.
and they're willing to flesh them out and take the time with them. So, I'm happy about that.
These I believe Absolute is gonna last. They have stories written out for at least 30, 35 issues.
Yeah.
So they're in it for the long haul.
At least the
Alright.
next 2 years, maybe, if all flows the way it should.
As long as these titles still stay in the top 15 of bestsellers,
Yeah.
week to week, then they'll keep.
You know,
going with it.
when Absolute is beating Spider-Man, there's something going on. People are actually reading and picking these up.
I had
They're
to
not
quit
just
reading. I just couldn't afford to keep getting all the Superman books and Batman, and I have to keep up with this. So
it becomes
quit getting-
expensive after a while.
But I'm
Bruce,
on a
I'm-
limited budget, as you know, Bruce. So I have to like pick and choose my battles.
Bruce, I'm gonna step out, so I'll
All right.
talk to you on the next show.
Night
Later,
six.
buddy.
It
Safe.
is
New team up
Tuesday
book, Dum
night.
Dum and Fat Man. God damn you, Terry.
I would read it, at least for one issue.
Then we have JSA number 7, Ordway variant.
See,
I like
I
that.
like covers like that. That's
Yeah, I
cool.
do too.
Two-Face number 6, another Kevin Ward variant.
Christian
Ward variant.
Christian Ward.
Is he giving somebody a lap dance there? What it looks like.
No,
Coming
he's
out
actually
his body.
he's actually stepping out of himself as Harvey Dent,
Oh, okay.
because you'll notice his face is completely screwed instead of
he's
being
not,
half.
he's not in the champagne room.
No,
Yeah,
not the same, no.
he's coming out of himself.
Even though I have heard stories of bloody strippers and let me stop.
Oh, God.
Blood and Thunder number 1, the 1 in
Oh.
50.
Good luck, kids. Good luck, kids.
J.
Having fun
Scott
with
Campbell and
3,000
Center.
covers. There's 3,000 copies of this book that's going to be coming out.
Isn't this retailer exclusives for this?
There's just bundles. There's cheap bundles. This is going to be a heavily printed book.
Oof.
Look at this. This goes with the current with the forever image since the 90s of big damn guns that have no point.
It's a
No,
J.
no-
Scott Campbell
no
cover.
barrel?
So it don't matter. It's a ratio J.
matter.
Scott Campbell cover.
J. Scott Campbell. This will sell.
And I understand.
Well, no, I'm not saying it's a bad cover. I like it. It's just her hips are misaligned and her gun is too big. That's all I'm saying. This woman is going to have back problems. Anyway,
It's okay.
He's very
Luckily, it's a
concerned
comic
for
book, not
women.
real life, so we'll be all
He's
right.
got scoliosis.
You know, we have a lot of male feminists here. Thank you very much. Bruce is afraid he'll wake up and Absolute will have just been a dream. Nope.
Chops.
Chops. I think that's the best
Put
thing you've
Dallas
ever
when they
done.
talk about
I love that. God damn you. Hey, I don't want to love it, but I love it. All right, we got G.I. Joe, Real
Yes.
American Hero, 316, the 1 in 10 Francis Camouflage Incentive.
Sweet.
Don't sleep on this G.I. Joe series, kids.
Oh, I'm telling you, don't.
I know everyone's on the Skybound train for the other stuff. Don't sleep on the ongoing series that's still out there with some of these ratios.
I 100%
But-
agree. Larry Hama
but-
is still writing it, and you got
Mhm.
Andy Kubert doing the covers.
but Duke sucked.
This is not that book.
I like Duke. I thought it was pretty cool.
Agree
This
to
is not that
disagree,
Skybound
Matt.
universe. This is the
Yeah, I'm not going to
original-
argue the point. I'm just going to say I liked it.
Yeah.
This is the original.
Yeah.
This is the original
Stand
line
your
story.
ground, Matt.
And they keep sneaking out some really good incentive covers
Yeah.
on these books.
Yeah, they do.
And these camouflage covers have been really good.
That's dope. I like that.
I think I ordered all of them. I think I'm not sure.
I might have to read this new G.I. Joe stuff because I like the old stuff. So
Well, this
Yeah.
is the
And this is a
old stuff.
continuation. This is Larry Hama still writing it too. So it's yeah.
There's no
still-
Transformers in this one.
No,
Yeah,
no,
they
no.
got the other
Yeah.
GI Joe stuff started at 1 and is going throughout. They're doing all the Spirit books.
So
all the
this is
others.
not part of all that Void Rivals stuff.
No.
No,
No. This
No.
is just
Okay.
that Larry Hama is kind of keeping true to like where he started at with Marvel in the 80s.
they wanted to finish that run out.
Yeah.
So they're letting them.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. I like that.
All right, then we have Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 33, Clark variant. We have a new champion of the God of War. We have Red Hulk number 4, the John Boy Myers variant.
Oh, that's nice.
Uncanny X-Men 14, the 1 in 25 Hedrick incentive.
Ooh, I like that.
I Was a Fashion School Serial Killer number 1, second printing.
Yeah, little Jay Lee.
I might get the second print even though I read the first one digitally. I got a question. I got a Miles Morales question. I don't know. Is anybody reading this?
Nope.
I am 20 issues behind. I need to catch up.
All right. Well, I got a question, Bruce. Is this a series where you can like pick it up anywhere, or do I need to go back and get like trades, or can I start right now reading it?
I would start find a YouTube video.
Okay.
You got to
Because,
find wherever the story arc cuts.
Because if you didn't read Bloodline, you'll be
I read
lost.
that. I read the
Okay,
book, and then I
you
got
should
rid
be
of
able
those.
to pick up this
Okay.
wherever it stopped being Bloodline. And I know he did a crossover with Deadpool.
Because you know what I'm going to say, and I'll say this every time we talk about Miles or somebody talks about Miles or brings it up. He's this generation's Superman. I mean, Spider-Man. Sorry,
Yes,
Spider-Man.
he is. Yes, he is.
They don't care about Peter Parker.
I'll be right
They're the
back.
ones that care about Peter Parker.
Well,
Miles Morales.
I wish Marvel would take that approach. That would be nice.
Yeah. And
Well-
but I like the character.
Marvel's still stuck with the fact that for 30 years, Peter Parker, for 40 years, Peter Parker was their guy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And they're still lagging on Peter Parker now so badly that people get mad because Miles is dead. Oh, Miles is trying to replace Peter. Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, let's be honest. And it goes back to what we were talking about earlier with, you know, rehashing for another generation, you know?
Yeah.
And there's, you know, they want to call Miles a token or whatever. He's not. He is his own character. He happens to have the mantle of Spider-Man.
Yeah. The problem is, it's like, well, we'll just give him new shoes this issue, and let's just give him a new outfit this issue, and
Now,
let's give
has
him
he
a sword now, and let's, it's just like,
Has he had some funky costumes? Sure, but so is Peter Parker.
We're not going to talk about that pink and black costume.
I'm just saying, put a decent team on the book, and let the book cook.
By Otis Fade.
So
I
what
just wanted to have its proper place in the Marvel pantheon of titles.
What is up with Spider Hulk there? That's beating up on Miles. I don't understand.
He from what I read from the solicitation, he has become the
That's a he.
What is Moon Knight?
That doesn't look like a he.
Moon Knight is the
Fist of Khonshu?
The Fist of Khonshu.
Yes,
I know, but he's not an acolyte,
Avatar.
Avatar. He's an avatar for Anansi, the spider god now.
Oh, okay. And that's a Chica. That's not a dude. That's a Chica.
So
I hope so.
He's going up against the god of war, Ares, and that's one of 4 Ares champions is making her debut in this issue.
Okay, that's cool.
So he's getting his own thing now, I guess.
Hmm.
All right, next up.
Uncanny cover too.
Yeah. We have Gromits number 7, the 1 in 10 Quinn incentive.
Finally.
Feels like
you
forever.
guys are not reading this, read it. Joe and
I love
Matt
this
have been
fucking
reading
book.
it.
Gromits is a good book. It's a good book.
I got it right here, Bruce.
I'll tell you what's killing me. Like I love
what you got.
I love the Todd Barron covers, the exclusives.
Nice.
And when they offered them, I was like, fuck it. I'm just buying the set for the series. And that was a long fucking time ago because they're not shipping them until they're all done. So I'll finally.
This issue's been delayed for like 3 months, right?
Yep. It's been delayed
And they're doing a 1 in 20 Callahan incentive.
Yep.
Wow.
2 incentives for a last issue of a popular series. I would grab these. There's not many stores are going to be ordering the incentives for this.
That's right.
Yeah, don't sleep on this one.
Then we got Morphra, Queen of the Monsters, number 3, the 1 in
how I feel about
25
the twins.
deals.
Moms.
And I couldn't. Did no picture of the actual cover. This is Money Shot number 1, a Lotte, not safe for work, bagged variant.
Ooh.
Don't sleep on some of these Money Shot books.
Yep.
There's Lilith crossovers, Corn Howell doing covers.
There's
good shit in there.
So is this not out yet? I thought it was already out yet. The Money Shot.
The Zero. There was Money Shot Zero. Like I have the Lotte with the Bush. I have the Bush covers. The Lotte Bush covers.
But we'll show that after the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bush.
I missed out on the Zero. It's probably too late to get a copy now.
Yeah, they're out there.
All right.
You probably can grab one.
I don't think a lot of them sold out.
Hey, Those pop kill covers are fire, though. I've seen.
Oh yeah.
And then we have, what do we have next?
I'm
We have
getting
Free Planet #1.
Hmm.
Aubrey
Yes.
Citizen
Big bad.
was on the show with Pete, Marco, and Dub on TAC Wednesday on Renovision, interviewing him about this book. We have the cover A, we have the Doherty variant, we have a blank variant, and we have the 1 in 50 OCO incentive. If you guys, he wrote Civil War. Did he write, or was he the editor on Civil War? I forgot. He had so many things that he had his hands into.
Free
So,
Planet, weird
but-
sci-fi. Okay, that's cool.
And
That's
then
interesting.
we have the book everyone's been waiting for.
Pop kill.
Gwenpool #1.
Woot.
Cover A. The Greg Land variant.
Yay.
Guru Hero. I'm sorry if I messed that up. Guru Hero variant.
Get a hero.
Which is the only way I
And
should ever do.
The
Gwenpool
1
covers.
in 100 J. Young Lee
I like
incentive.
that one.
That Jay
has
Young
been-
Lee is a good cover.
That's sold out.
Of course.
And I like the land
Pre-order?
variant
The
too.
Gurhiri covers are always the best Gwen covers. They're
Yeah.
always the best Gwenpool
Yeah.
covers.
I mean, they should have
Love
made the 1 in 100 the cover A as well, though, because I
Well,
don't like
there's
whatever
a
they're doing
trade
on
dress
cover
for
A.
it. There's a trade dress for it.
Okay.
You can get
There's a
open
trade
order.
dress for it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be getting one if I get one.
We have options. I like to give options.
I don't know. Don't ask me why. I just,
Ouch.
And finally, after a month and a half, almost 2 months, another monster book is being released.
Woot.
Yeah, thanks, Rob.
Monsters #5. We have
Oh,
cover
yeah.
A, The Fight.
Oh.
Cover B, The Haircut. Cover
like that
C,
one,
the
too.
ASM 313 homage.
Mhm.
New Mutants 98 homage. And with
Mhm.
that one, it's gonna come polybag, guys. Polybag. And
No
it's a
charge.
polybag with a card. There are
I ordered
four.
Did the
distinct-
90s just suddenly come back? Am I having flashbacks?
I ordered 2
Yeah.
copies of this one, Bruce, hoping to get different cards in each pack, but I doubt that's
There's
going to happen.
four
Yeah, you never know.
cards you can get. If you tune into Renovision, Qualified or my show, watch them both Fridays, so we both give views and likes.
It's the same show.
Same show. You
Just on
will.
stream.
We're just dual streaming. You'll be able to catch our launch party of Mark Spears' new Kickstarter for his cards. Mark Spears
Yep.
will be back to visit.
Yeah, it'll be on.
I know you didn't show the one.
Times.
I ordered the other one that's not on here. I ordered the haircut one,
I got more to show.
poly bag,
I
but
just
the
wanted-
one with the snake lady, the tattoo.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rob Backstacks Comics for gifting 5 memberships.
Way to go.
Woot.
Thanks, Rob.
Hey,
So who
hey,
got-
that's funny. I caught one of those memberships. That's cool.
We got Dungeon Crawler Carl, Meatwad #1, Thade, Jimmy Batalatsky, and Cyber Sales all received gifted memberships from Rob.
Thank you, Rob.
So much.
Yeah, how many copies of these did you order, Bruce?
What?
Terry said Bruce probably ordered 5 of each of these.
I did order 5 of each.
course
I
you did,
had
Bruce.
a lot pre-ordered through TFA till they fucked me.
Huxley.
All right, so what's the rest of the covers look like?
Then I just gotta bring up Rob's channel and put the link in the chat. If you guys haven't checked out Rob's channel, great channel. All proceeds from his channel goes to comics curing cancer research. So please
And he's got the greatest giveaway box on YouTube.
follow him. subscribe to his channel. You grab a membership. Go back and watch his Only Slab shows on Saturdays, where content creators come and show off their favorite slabs. Oh, look at this. Just sub from somebody. Who is this person?
Yeah, who's this guy?
Who's this guy?
It's
How did he
the
get a ring?
madman.
And then we have subscribe
I'm
to
gonna be
Movie
mad,
Madness
Terry.
Entertainment.
I'm going to continue to be mad, Terry.
If you like immature takes and bad takes, head over to Movie Madness Entertainment. Let me stop.
That's my wheelhouse.
We got the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Yes.
Sorry, snake tattoo. Sorry. Girl with snake
girl.
tattoo. I was thinking dragon tattoo when I wrote this.
Serpent girl.
We got a metal cover.
The creature.
We got the 1 in 25 incentive, which is his homage. I forgot what this is a homage to. Take a look, Igor. Then seal up this door forever.
Oh.
And then we have the hollow flip. 2 covers on 1 book. You're welcome, Rob. Thank you. Thank you again, Rob. Yes, I deliver a lot of those. It's a lot of chaos. It's a lot of fun. Head over to Mac's channel and give him a sub. He's been hating Kathleen Kennedy for 10 years.
He delivers. I'll give you this. Max delivers a lot of something. I'm not sure what it is, but it's there.
Six abandoned you for Star Wars. Ooh,
Of course he did.
That's his funeral, not ours.
that's his funeral. Have fun. I read this children's book this week, and there were Jedi in it.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we're done with the slideshow.
No, not the slideshow.
So I think we're done with the show. We've been going for 2 hours and 12 minutes.
There we go.
I want to thank everyone for hanging out, BSing with us. I will be back tomorrow night with Monday Madness. And what do you got coming up, Matt?
Tomorrow at noon Eastern, my stream I do every Monday at noon is called Bad Cinema. We review a B movie from the back in the day. And this week we're reviewing the movie Motel Hell starring Rory Calhoun.
Oh, hey, I remember that one. That's a good movie.
Everybody wants to watch it and then watch our review. We'll play clips. We talk about it, joke about it. And then the week after that, we have Death Race 2000, the one with David Carradine.
Dude,
Nice.
dude, can I be in on that panel with you? That's a great
You
movie,
come
man.
tomorrow if you want to. Just Bruce, give me my Instagram. I don't know if I'm following him on there. And
Yeah,
you can
it's
come on tomorrow, too.
I'll put your Instagram in the chat.
All right. And then Tuesday, my interview show, which I need to invite you guys on there. Bruce has been on there.
Yep.
And I interview another YouTuber. And this week I'm interviewing Dr. Von Hoot from the Spiral Dimension.
Oh, there we go. Dr.
In
Von Hoot.
costume.
Yes,
in
full
costume, 8 p.m.
costume.
Eastern. And that's it. That's what I got going on. Drop videos every day.
All right, there we go. Is that the link for Matt's Instagram is here for Higher Comic Club? There's a lot of underscores under there in there.
Okay.
Yep.
And don't forget to look out for my ongoing series On the Hunt DCU logo variants. My favorite part of the week, talking about things I love. I need more DCUs. I'm watching an auction right now. There are approximately 30 DCU packs in this freaking lot.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's at 300 and it still has 3 days to go. I think it's going to hit 1,000, unfortunately.
Wouldn't be
I probably won't
surprised.
be able to get it.
Thanks for dropping the link, Lisa.
You DCU kids are nuts.
Hey, it's taken a lot of restraint for me to not grab that Animaniacs number 9, 9.4. First it was 1,500, then it was 1,400, now it's 1,300. I offered him $800. He came back with 1,000. I just said no. I was close. I was
It's
close.
a dedicated group. The DCU kids are a dedicated group.
DCU #1. There go one of my DCU people right there, Jim Camilli. Thank you, thank you. So
It's
with
fun.
that,
It's a fun
please-
niche. It's a fun niche.
Very fun, especially having to pull every book out of boxes to look at.
That's why I'll never do it. It's like I refuse to pull books all the way out of the box so I can see if there's a logo on the bottom. Looking through books. It's too much effort for me. I'm lazy.
So with that, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if you're watching on the rewind, and thank you for spending another Sunday with us on the Other Comics Show. And remember, skip those store exclusives and save up for the key you want.
Yes.
So good night, everyone.